Hey guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Andy Crimson, and on my channel we just talk about everything and anything, and we mukbang. Today we're starting part 2 of the Ghost concert series. Just talking about my experiences, about my ritual hangs with my friends. But before we get started, I just wanted to give you updates since I last saw you. My foot's doing better. For those of you who don't know, I sprained my foot playing frisbee, and I'm starting to work out a little bit more, just not putting any pressure on it. So yeah, I'm just trying to take it day by day and not overdo it so I can continue to go back to regular cardio, which is like running and jumping and different exercises that make me bend my foot. So other than that, things have been pretty chill. How are you guys? I hope you're staying cool. I'm sorry if it's kind of noisy in here because I have the AC turned on full blast. It is a scorcher here in Texas, and it's probably only gonna get worse. But other than that, we're good. So today I've got Firehouse. I got one of my old favorites. It's called the Hook and Ladder. Oh nice, a bunch of napkins. And I got Big Lay's barbecue chips. Now the last time I tried to switch it up with Firehouse, I got a meatball sub, and that thing just did not sit well with me at all. So I'm hoping today that this thing doesn't mess me up. And it shouldn't. It's been my original sandwich. I did add some caramelized onions because I love onions. This is a first look inside. It's just your standard, I think there's turkey and ham in here. Some cheese. Ooh, it looks super saucy. Tomatoes, lettuce. I think that's it. Yeah, this is a medium-sized sandwich. They have, the smalls, which is pretty interesting, and they have the ginormous ones. Oh, I'm so starving. Take a look one more time. I don't know if it's the caramelized onions, or their bread. There's also like a hint of sweetness in it, like a honey taste when it comes to their sandwiches. It's so good. Okay. So when we last left off of this ghost saga of mine, I just saw them in Corpus Christi, Texas. The following year, we're going into 2018. They were coming to Houston in May at the Revention Concert Hall. I think it's called something else now because I was looking it up to just kind of refresh my memory. And I was really excited because this was going to be our first look at Cardinal Copia. We just witnessed Papa 3 get dragged off a stage in Sweden because there's always a ceremony when it comes to transitioning Papas and transitioning albums when it comes to Ghost. Usually it happens in Sweden. There's the white smoke coming out of the pillar and then the gentle transition of Papas. But during the last concert, Papa's up there singing Monstrous Clock, and bodyguards just come and drag him away. There's video footage on YouTube and Instagram, and I saved a couple of the clips. And everybody's screaming what? I remember watching it, I think it was live. I had a friend in Sweden who was live streaming it. And I don't know, everybody was going crazy and upset. And this old Papa character comes on stage. He has a oxygen mask and a tank, and he's speaking in Latin, and basically he says the party's over, now it's time for year 0 or something like that. And so everybody was wondering, what is this new reincarnation, of Tobias's lead frontman, you know? On the tour poster, you only saw like the backside of him. It was Rats on the Road tour, which is the show I went to, and Houston was the third stop on that tour. Now, at the time I was on Facebook, and between the last show and this one, there was like an online presence of the Texas Ghost fans, and we created like a group chat so we can kind of coordinate, carpool if necessary, and just meet up there. We even had one of my friends from Oklahoma join us. And there was also all these big Facebook groups, you know, for ghost fans, and people were posting their footages from the concerts before ours. And I'm like, have a thing where when it comes to ghosts, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear about it. If I'm going to a show, I just want to experience it without spoiling it for myself. Especially this show, because the new album was supposed to come out the following month in June, and they were playing new songs off that album. We had never heard these before, and that would have been Faith and Dance Macabre. Rats was already released, so we had already heard it, but I was super excited about that show. So, as I said, it was in Houston, and I really have romanticized Houston just because it was the first big city that I went to that I actually enjoyed. And at the time, it just gave me hope. If I've ever wanted to do something different or move away, I would want to go to Houston. Just because I like the culture, the concerts and venues that are through there. I don't know, it always had this nostalgic feeling for me. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I really identified with the city. Anyway, stayed the night. We probably got to the venue, I want to say at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. It's May, but it's in Texas, and we're in the middle of an urban center. It's hot. I was wearing it's a bootleg, I guess. Okay, guys, it's a bootleg dress shirt thing I got off of Wish, and I was wearing that with some spandex shorts. And the reason why we got there so early is because we have GA, and like I told you before in the last video, or like any concerts that I go to, if I'm gonna be on the floor, I want to make sure I have a good spot because I'm short and it's Ghost. I want to be as close to the stage as I possibly can. So we were out there, and what we assumed was the regular GA line, because before officials show up and people that are trying to sell you stuff, there's no direction. We assume VIP line's gonna be over here, and we assume GA's over here. So anyways, we met up with all the friends that are from the group chat and just got to know each other because we had never met personally in real life. Come to find out, like I teased in the last video, the group that was kind of next to us in Corpus was the same group of people we ended up hanging with at the Houston show. So we were standing out there talking. I would sit down, and we met this guy named DJ. He's a balloon artist, and if you've been following me on social media, I teased a photo of this balloon Papa 3, and I thought it was the coolest thing. He's really talented. You guys should go check him out. I'll probably tag him in the description of the video. Anyways, we bought this Papa 3 and we ended up taking pictures next to it. They weren't going to let him bring it inside the venue, so I think he ended up zip tying it or tying it to the rails of a ramp that was right above us. Everybody was taking pictures with it and of it. Now we're standing out there for like 4+ hours. It wasn't as bad as Corpus because we had access to a restroom. People were holding our spot in line, you know. If I'm not mistaken, I think we were the first group of people in the GA line. And as time went on, closer to 7 or 8 o'clock, officials come out, okay, this is going to be VIP, this is meet and greet, this is regular line. And then they had something called Fast Pass, which I never heard of before. And basically you can just buy an upgrade and it can move you to like the front of a certain line. So I was worried about that too. I was like, for sure VIP and meet and greet gets first dibs on the rail, and then Fast Pass people. I was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? But just decided to be patient. As we're waiting in line, there's a fan group called Children of Ghosts. I think they're based out of San Antonio, and they were there taking pictures and whatnot, and they had posted a picture later on, and I came out in the background, so you see the amount of people that are in the lines, and in the fore background, whatever, you see me, I'm just kind of like looking off like that, and I joke that, oh, I'm looking off at the balloon papa, because he's like literally right above me. So it was kind of like, hey, where's Andy moment. So as it gets closer to doors opening, there was like quite a few scalpers. People were like, hey, you want some tickets? Hey, this and that. I think they actually got told off by a couple people because they're reselling crap seats and just for horrendous prices. Now, we already had a battle plan for when we went in there. Friends would go hold a spot, and I went directly to the merch table. I already knew what I was gonna buy. And another cool thing about those Facebook groups, the only thing I will peek at is merch tables, because people will always ask, hey, take a picture of the merch table so I know price range, what I can afford or what I want. So that's what we did. Scouted ahead of time to get what we needed. Damn, it's messy. Oh, jeez. Now, the Revention Center, the venue, looks big from the outside, but from what I remember, it was kind of small. And I don't know if you guys remember me telling you, like, there was going to be a time limit when Ghost would stop performing on these smaller stages. And the intimacy of the shows would change, depending on where you were. So, it was a relatively small venue. The best part about it, the AC was, like, super cold. Got to be refreshed from being outside for all those hours. So we get in there, I go to the merch table, buy what I'm gonna buy, make my way back to my group of friends. I was a little bit further away this time than in Corpus, probably about 3 to 4 people back, and it was kind of like at an angle. A few of my friends had meet and greet or VIP, so they were more towards the rail. I didn't want to be like rude and like push, oh, my friends are here, so I'm gonna go here. There was no opening act for this show. This was I think they did split the show into 2 parts. So, time's drawing near. You hear that spooky song for the opening. The incense is being lit. The frenzy, the energy is already building up again. And I'm just there thinking, like, it's happening again. Like, I am so excited. This is where I belong. This is my church. Live music, concerts. It's like my religion. So they open up with Ashes, which is like the prelude to Rats. So you start seeing the ghouls come out and everybody's screaming. This is the first time I see the female nameless ghouls. So they're up there doing their thing, and then the beat drops and it's building right until Rats starts. And everybody goes nuts. And so from an audience's perspective, when the first verse hits for Rats, Cardinal Copia enters from our stage right. In times of turmoil, he just like comes out and we go nuts, and I'm there filming. I filmed a lot of Rats, I think. And early on in the set, I cried. I typically cry at almost any concert. It depends how attached I am to the band or the music. Because they played a song I thought I would never ever hear live again. Or ever, sorry. I know they played it live before, but at the shows I've been to, Corpus one, they didn't play it. So it was Deus in Absentia. That was my favorite song at the time, and they played it, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. And I was just like, singing and breathing and believing every word. It was just like one of those type of moments for me. Cardinal Copia was great. His banter was, you know, a little bit different in Papa 3, but very, very similar. And he talked to us. He even commented about how cold it was inside the venue. The sound was better. I don't know if it's because it was an indoor venue, even though I was more or less standing center stage the same way. And what was special about this show, we were the third stop on this tour, and I don't remember reading what they ended the other two shows with, but it was not Monstrance. And that's been kind of a tradition. If you know ghosts and you follow them and stuff, they always end with Monstrance Clock. I don't know what the last song they planned to end with was, but I kind of saw him like look around, and maybe he like mumbled something, and they went ahead and played it for us. And it was super, super unique and super cool. And I think from that show on, they started closing with Monstrance Clock again. Oh, I totally skipped about Dance Macabre and Faith. Okay, so like I said, we had never heard those songs before at all. And hearing Faith for the first time got me amped, because it's a little bit more harder than the rest of the Perkel album. And just being in there in that moment, I'm remembering thinking, oh, I hope I remember the lyrics. I hope I remember how it sounds, because I can't wait another few weeks for the album to come out for me to remember the song, right? Dance Macabre was a blast. The beat came on, and the light show has really improved with Ghosts. I love their light technicians, whoever they're using. There's so many colors, and it was like a great party song. This gig, there was no hecklers, no crowd surfers as far as I could tell. And fun fact about the Nameless Ghouls, so it was a completely new lineup. I'm unsure about the drummer though, in comparison to the last show I had been to, which was in Corpus. Ether Ghoul stayed the same, but Water Ghoul, who played bass, actually ended up being the Fire Ghoul for this round, and he still currently is. And we got a new Water Ghoul. You know, I always hated when the show would end, but there's such like a euphoric feeling afterwards, especially when you're with your friends or even the fans. For the most part, it's like family, and we all kind of understand what this moment means to each of us. And I don't really know how to explain it, but we're sad that it ended, but you know, there's always next time, and we can't wait for next time. And for this show, we were all trying to debate where we were going to go eat afterwards. We wanted to hang out, but it was going to be late, and not a lot of places were going to be open. We tried to hit up this pizza place. One of our friends knew like kind of the area. They're closed. And then my friend Michelle, she ended up calling this Mexican restaurant, this tiny little place, a local place, and they took us in. There was probably a group of, I think we were like 10 or 12 people, and we went super late, and they had us, and we had our Mexican food. I think I had like enchiladas. And there is where I met officially my ghostie Roxy. I didn't get to meet her before the show because her and her folks were running late. They actually joined us at the restaurant, if I'm not mistaken. And I love her to pieces. I love her so much. She's like another sister to me. So, in my last video, I also mentioned I was in the process of making like a scrapbook with maybe the intention one day, magically, if I ever did meet and greet, I would gift it to the director, Tobias. So once the concert was over, I think I printed out some pictures from that show, and I started scrapbooking again and drawing out the albums and stuff, and fan art and fan fiction. Now, I don't know if the next show I went to was a part of the Rats on the Road tour. I needed to look into that, and I'll probably let you know in the next video, but I did end up seeing them again the same year, and we'll talk about that one in the next video. And that is the magical night when I met Cardinal Copia. I think that's one of the things I'm looking forward to the most when concerts start back up, or the Go shows, is seeing people that maybe I've lost connection with on like Facebook or Instagram, making new friends. I love meeting people. Like it's kind of weird because I'm shy, but like I like to talk to people at the same time. And when you have something to bond over like a band, I think it makes it that much easier. And at times I've wondered, our fan base, Ghost's fan base, is there one to rival it? I know there's huge fan bases like Iron Maiden, for example, but the demographic I think might be different. Ghost fans I think tend to be a little more younger. I don't know, I've always, like I said, I felt like we were like family. Not to say there hasn't been a few bad apples in the bunch, but that's with everything. I just feel like we're special. I don't know if that's cheesy or corny or whatever. Oh, I just found out there is a Houston tribute band for Ghost. Spiritus? Somebody posted it on Reddit that they're doing a show this Friday at the Warehouse Live in Houston. And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. They do Era 2, which is Papa 2 and the emphasis on Era. They look really good. I need to look on YouTube if there's any videos of like the vocal performance, because I always like get interested in that. But so far what I heard was okay. It was good. I've been to Warehouse Live. That's another like adventure to talk about. Another video if you guys ever want to hear it. Smaller venue. I think it has 2 stages, but they can like rope off one or the other. But yeah, I guess that's Ghost is one of the reasons why Houston is special to me. I mean, I've seen them other places, obviously, right? But I don't know, it was just nice to associate that memory with the band, with the city. I really literally made a mess all over myself. So if you guys have gone to that show, or maybe you've been to a Ghost show, let me know down in the comments. I would really love to talk to people about Ghost. I mean, if you have questions, I'm by no means like a know-it-all. I mean, there's people that know album dates and exact original members and all this stuff. I'm deep, but I'm not that deep, and I don't think that validates or invalidates a person, you know. But just the basics, I got you. I think I can help you out if you ever wanted to learn about the band. Oh, there's a game, a contest going around on the Ghost BC subreddit, and this guy had an idea, or girl, I'm not sure who the OP is, but to vote for the least favorite song, like you vote off your least favorite song from each album. And right now we're on Meliora. And I just think it's funny because people are like really gunning for the instrumental songs on that album, and I'm just like, they're not amazing. Like, I don't know, I get more depth from the ones that have lyrics, right? Who was the winner on Opus? The last song standing. I want to say it was Elizabeth, but I could be wrong. My favorite song off of Opus, I mean, Ritual's a classic, but Conclavi is like, I really like to sing that one. Meliora, I think Cerise is gonna probably come out on top for that one. Oh, I skipped Infestissimum. Okay, I forgot. Infestissimum. I think Year Zero was the last standing one, which is not a big surprise, in my opinion. And if Perkel, my favorite song off Perkel. It would probably be, I like Faith and Dance Macabre for different reasons. Like Faith, like I said, is that driving, like harder song, and then Dance Macabre is just like that fun poppy dance one. See the Light's pretty good. It's kind of low-key angsty, or like talking back. You know, there was always talk that he wrote that song based on how he felt about the lawsuit with the ex-schools and stuff. Who's to say, right? But it kind of fit the narrative. I am done. That was delicious. Always, you know, whenever I try to go to restaurants or new restaurants, I was like, oh, let me try something new, and I always end up not being satisfied. So do I choose my old way of just choosing the same things over and over again because they're tried and true, or do I just continue to branch out? I don't know. I just don't want to miss out, you know what I mean? But hey, it worked this time. Well guys, I'm gonna head out. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, share with your friends. If you got any suggestions or comments, yeah, just let me know. I'd love to talk to you guys. Next week is gonna be the long-awaited I Met Cardinal Copia video, and I will try to walk you through as much as I can remember and try to relive that moment, because it was really special for me. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.